Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tailored Expressions Live. It is, oh my goodness, I don't even know what day it is. It's Thursday, August 7th. It is August, if you can believe it. The last time I saw you was July 31st, right before we ended July and entered August. It's my birthday month. That's right, you heard it. Whitney just had a birthday. My birthday is next Tuesday. So when you are learning all about the release for next week, it is my day. So just keep that in mind. I'm just kidding. So I hope you all are well. It is going to heat up here in Minnesota. It's actually been really nice and not so humid. We've had the wildfire smoke, which has been kind of a bugger for being outside, but overall it has been really nice weather, and I'm not looking forward to the humidity going up again here. So, and you might notice too, I'm in a new location. We are settling in and setting up a more permanent location for me. I'm in what we call at my mom's house the bunkhouse. So we actually have been working on this room for the past month or so. It was not even sheetrocked, and now it is. My daughter is staying up here. This is going to be my craft area. So you'll be seeing this area a lot more, and it will get put together as we get things kind of more in shape, if that makes sense like that. So thanks for bearing with us with all of the technical stuff that we are going through as we are setting up. And I want to be live, and I hope you guys want me to be live, and we're making it happen. So thanks so much. So good morning to all of you popping in. I see you all in the chat. Good morning, Susan and Jamie and Gail and Rachel and Vicky and Rachel again and Denise. And good morning, everybody. It's so good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful day, a good summer. You might hear a meow here and then. I just have one right below me here because my cats are also up here. So I have one who's very vocal. So just welcome to my craft area. I think that's part of this too, is I'm welcoming you into my craft area, and we're crafting together. And it's so much fun. So today, this week in Tailored Expressions, we have our school days and sports plays release. So that released on Tuesday. In fact, we're going to craft with some of the new products that I designed for this release today. But the other thing about today is we are doing a color drop. Now, I'm sure you guys can hear her. She's talking to me quite a bit here. The color drop is today, and I've been showing you this color since last week, actually, during the sneak peek. And I don't know if I noticed anybody pointing out that I used a color that you hadn't seen before. But Honeydew Melon is the newest color in the TE Rainbow, and I'm so excited to be able to introduce that to you today. It's a color, I think, that's going to be one that I reach for often. Go find somewhere else. She's really meowing at me, you guys. So I'm so excited to share more about that, and we're going to take a look at some samples and the color here in just a second. There was a color contest going on that you guys could enter and guess the name of the color. And we had 17% of the guesses guessed correctly. Hold on one second. She may not be invited to lives here, you guys. So thanks for being patient with me with her. So 17% of you had guessed Honeydew Melon as the correct color. Some of the other popular votes were cucumber salad, zucchini bread, cucumber slice, which this color is definitely a cucumber hue, cucumber water, cucumber melon, and there were some pretty funny guesses too, like broccoli gravy, boogie green, baby poop green, avocado toast. You added an extra O in there to get it to fit. Asparagus swamp, kombucha shake. So there were some really funny guesses. We love seeing all the colors that you guys guess. There was a winner. Kelly Bell is our winner. She's winning an I Want It All bundle. She's going to be stocked up on the honeydew color. And so check your email. Customer service, I think, has already sent you what you need to claim your prize. So congratulations, Kelly, and have so much fun with the color. I'm going to go ahead and, well, let's talk about some other things that are going on here too. You are really distracting me. I don't know what to do about her. We may have to exit her out of here. Anyway, the other things that are going on this week is, again, the school days and sports plays thing going on. You can save 10% on bundles through 9 a.m. Central next Tuesday or while supplies last. So those are some great bundles so that you can get the products all together. And we're donating $1 with every order placed between the 5th and the 11th to the Adopt a Classroom program. So I'm so excited that TE takes part in helping teachers, and they're always giving, you guys. There's so many ways that TE is giving all of the time. So I see you guys were saying that she's fine. She's being really annoying. You are. Yes. I think she missed me, you guys. I was gone for a few days. Okay, so then that's what's going on this week. If you missed Taylor's Live on Tuesday, you can see all the products that were introduced. And then Joy has a video on our YouTube channel that's got some sports themed, the Perfect Penny Team Spirit, and the Little Bits new sports equipment, as well as, I think she used the Nothing But Net background stamp too. So really fun to add for celebrating teachers, students, coaches, your favorite student athlete too. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about next week. Let's do a sneak peek, and we are going to, then I'll flip down and let's talk more about the color. Do you guys want to see her? Some people ask me to see her. And now she wants nothing to do with me. I just showed her to Whitney earlier. Here's Hazel. This is my loud cat that you all are hearing right down there. She's kind of a distraction. So there she is, you guys. Now go find a place to lay down. Okay, you guys, thanks for being patient with my cat. Okay, so next week we have a new release coming, and we are going to be playing with easy strips. That's right, the dies that cut those strips, and we've done a lot of fun things with those strips. We have the strips in different sizes. We have the maps, so you guys can create patterns so easily with them. There's stamps to add patterns to the strips. There's strips that impress with different designs, but there's one thing that we haven't done yet. So I'll give you a sneak peek of that. So you've seen some of these designs before, but you've not seen them foiled like this before. So that is what's coming next. And Taylor will be live on Tuesday, giving you all the details about what's included in that release. Okay, now I'm going to flip you down. So just be patient here because I've got the camera phone and we're going to flip you down to my workspace. So hold on one second here. Hold on one second here. Thank you for your patience with all of that as we get into focus. And here is a better look. Am I upside down? I believe I am. Hold on one second. I am watching the screen. I am totally upside down. So that is not going to work. Here we go. All right, there we go. There's that beautiful honeydew melon color that we have been waiting to share with you. We are going to have the stamp pads in all of the sizes that you can get. We obviously have the cardstock. We have the Love to Label sticker sheet. There are enamel dots. And of course, the refills. We're going to have the palette playbook as well. And you can get the I Want It All bundles that just like we gave away so that you can get everything at once to add to your collection. So make sure you check that out in the TE web store. I feel like I'm not super clear here. So we're going to create this card today with the back to school. This is the Treat Yourself Back to School. So this is the kit that came out in January. And then I created an addition to go along with that that includes the plant, the apple, the globe, and that cute little pencil cup. So we'll create along with that today. And there's the rest of my cards. And I have other cards created with that honeydew melon. This one is by Sue Banker down at the TE studio. She used that Argyle background there. Then we've got the plants here by Susan Block. And then Jill Hawkins has a pair of cards that include, I love that there's two completely different looks, more of a geometric and then more of an organic floral look. Yeah, you guys, it's very blurry right now. So I don't know if I'm not sure what to do about that, Whitney, because on my end, I can see that it's blurry too. All right. I am not sure what to do about the blurry. Whitney said they have a thunderstorm going through Ankeny, so it could be that is causing the technical issues with the blurring. Whitney, do you think I should continue, or what should we do here? Because it's not clear at all. I'm going to go ahead and bring the stencils in. That feel better? Okay, so we're going to start off with the Treat Yourself stencils to create the card that we're going to make today. That is a set of 4 stencils to create the book stacks. And I'm going to go ahead and stencil that on sugar cube cardstock. I'm going to put a little bit of pixie spray on the back of my stencil. Okay, thanks, Whitney. And I'm actually going to start with sweet corn for my color. So stencil number 1, we're going to stencil with sweet corn, and we're going to start things off by creating the book stacks. I'm not going to do the little accessories at the top. I'm only going to do the stacks at the bottom. All right, so there's stencil number 1. And then let me grab stencil number 2, which then we're going to start with that honeydew melon color for stencil number 2. I kind of created a pastel primary color scheme. And I'm going to use those square guides right around those book stack images to line everything up. Since I'm not doing anything at the top of this stencil, I'm not going to do any of those guides up there. So let's go ahead and grab that honeydew color. And I have a bitty kind of a detail blender brush that I'm going to add that color in with. I'm going to add that to the book stacks. And everything lines up just perfectly by using those guides on the stencils. All right, let's move on to stencil number 3. Yes, thank you guys for being patient with my poor cat. I think she doesn't quite understand what's happening here. Stencil number 3 is going to be persimmon. So I am going to get that all filled in. Persimmon, since it's a new color, it's definitely a juicier ink pad for me. All right, and let's add stencil number 4. And this one I'm going to use Tiki Mule for my blue color. Okay. There is Tiki Mule. Again, I'm using a little detailed blender brush, mainly because I need to get more bitty blender brushes. And I had some detailed ones that were clean, to be quite honest. Get in all those nooks and crannies and get that Tiki Mule color in there. And then we'll go on and we'll do the accessories that go with the books that I designed for this release. The back to school editions. All right, so there is our 2 book stacks. We'll cut those out with the dies in just a little bit. I'm going to grab a piece of sugar cube cardstock and we are going to do the accessories. Now this one, on these stencils, the accessories aren't necessarily one color per stencil layer. So I'm going to be doing these in some different colors. I'm going to do that apple up there with the persimmon. So I'm going to kind of pick and choose where my colors are going to go. Oh my God. Then I'm going to do that little plant pot with Toffee. These little images are far enough apart that you can get your stenciling in without worrying about the colors interfering with each other. And of course, you can always use masking tape. I'm going to do Earl Grey for the globe stand. And then for the pencils, we're going to get that sweet corn back. So again, I used 4 different colors on that first stencil for the images. I don't necessarily need to use one color or want to use one color for all of them. Stencil number 2. And I did not do my guides. That was bad. Let's go back. I need to do my stencil guides. So that I can line up those different layers. You guys, Hazel is fine. She is really just hanging on me because, like I said, I don't think she really totally gets what's going on. But she's an extremely vocal, spicy cat, and you are all hearing that right now. All right, now I have the guide so I can line up that second layer. For this one, I'm going to use Honeydew Melon for the apple leaf and the plant. And then I'm also going to do, actually, I'm going to do that on the globe too, because this is the land part of the globe. So let's do that in Honeydew as well. All right, for the pencil cup, oh, let's do that in Honeydew too. Might as well. You can choose, of course, whatever color you want to do for the cup. And then for the detail on the pencil lead, and the little kind of metallic pieces on the pencil, I'm going to do Earl Grey. That is stencil number 2. And then the third and final stencil. So this one only has 3 layers. And this one, we're going to add detail to that plant. So I've got the base of that plant with the new Honeydew color. And we're going to add green tea for a little bit of a layering color. So that's the plant. For the stem here, we're going to add toffee, and I'm going to do that on this little wood part of the pencil as well. We're going to go back to that persimmon for the erasers. Thanks, Whitney. And then we're going to grab Tiki Mule for the water on the globe, which I have to find my brush that I used my Tiki Mule with. It rolled away, I think. Hold on 1 second. There's that Tiki Mule to finish off that globe, and then we'll have our images. So there is our 4 images that coordinate with the book stacks for the Treat Yourself set. I have one more thing I want to stamp before I do some die cutting here. And that is this background here that's on the card is the Notepaper Background stamp. And then when we do some die cutting, we're going to cut that edge with the Notepaper die. So this is what that Notepaper Background stamp looks like this. I'm going to set that into my mini Misty. And then I have a piece of sugar cube cardstock. I'm just going to center that in there to stamp that background on. And I'm going to stamp this. The new color Royal Icing is perfect for that notepaper lines. So there is that. Now I'm going to grab my die cutting machine and we're going to do some die cutting. Okay, let's start with those book stacks. The dies have the square guides that match up with those guides that you use to line everything up for stenciling. So that's going to cut out the book stacks, and it's also going to ensure that you're lined up correctly for adding the kind of impress details that are part of this die. So let's just set those in place, and I'm literally just centering those guide squares right in the center of those openings on the square pieces of the die. Okay, let's send that through. She's right under my feet, you guys. So when I move, she gets touched and she yells. She's just fine. But you are not invited back. We are not letting you come back again. There is those book stacks with those little impress details for the pages and the details on the book spines. This is the die set that coordinates with the new Treat Yourself Back to School. And let's get these all lined up, and I'm just holding these all in place with Scotch removable tape. There's my piece of tape right there. Yes, the one card I showed you from Sue Banker, she's got honeydew melon and sweet basil together on her card. So they go together really, really well. Green tea goes well with it as far as kind of a combination of greens. And also that sweet basil color looks great with it too. Okay, let's send these through. Yes, she is not harmed. She is just fine. All right, so I've got my book stacks. I've got my accessories. Let's cut out the notebook paper. I'm first going to trim it down with one of the A2 layer stacklets. So I'm taking kind of that third largest one. And of course, you can do whatever size you want for that. When I line it up with the image that I stamped, I'm trying to use as much of the margin and the top as I can. So I've got it kind of scooched over so I can have as much of that area as I can when I cut this out. So let's send that through. Sorry for the jiggling here on my table. And then we're going to use that border to add that kind of spiral bind edge to the one side. So this is the Notepaper Border Die right here. And we're just going to line that up. I'm actually going to go this way so I can see kind of where things are lining up here. and line it up with that edge of your piece. And I'm doing down the side on this card, but on my other card I did with this background, sorry about that, I did actually cut it across the top. So you can do it either way. If you have a spiral bind on the edge of your notebook or spiral bound edge on the top of your notebook, you can choose how you want that to look. Okay, let's take that off. There is that cute spiral edge background that we're going to use on our card. So I think I have all my die cutting done. Let's put this card together. Really, I'm creating kind of a scene with the card, with the elements, I guess I should say. So I'm going to take, and I'm just going to adhere this directly right down onto, it's a panel, an A2 size panel of the Honeydew Melon cardstock. To find my tape runner, because of course I've lost it. Oh, and we didn't stamp the sentiment on the book, so we're going to do that quick here. Let me take this down and then we'll get our sentiment. There's the Treat Yourself Back to School sentiments, and they are designed to coordinate with, like the other sentiments from the kit, to stamp right onto the spines of the book. So we're going to stamp it, the Hope This School Year is one for the books on there, just like that. There are some for the tall books, and there are some to fit on the smaller books, like this one that says Big, Huge, Colossal Thanks. That is perfect for the small one. She's coming right up now. So I'm going to grab my mini Misty, and we're going to set that up right in there. I'm going to magnet that in place, maybe even a piece of tape to hold that still, right on the bottom. And let me grab that stamp set. So that's what that looks like. So we're going to grab this, Hope This School Year is for the books. So there's two of them. This one just has like all sorts of different book subjects on it. And then we have some actual sentiments for these two go on the smaller stacks. And again, these two go on the larger stacks. And like I said, these are designed to line right up with those stacks of books. And I'm going to stamp that right over the top with the Nocturne Versified Claire. Now, of course, we could be splattering too, but I am going to skip that step today. You don't always have to splatter. You can use it without. I love to add splatter, like I always said. So there's that sentiment right on that book stack perfectly. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set up my scene here, and we're going to put this card together. So I'm going to adhere this book stack kind of right directly to the background, and then we're going to pop this one up with some foam adhesive. So let's go ahead and start that. And I definitely spent time arranging how I wanted my my books to look and everything before I committed to it when I was originally making the card. But since I have it all planned out, I'm just going to go for it this time again. These are the 1x3 thin foam strips. And we're going to overlap these. This is going to create depth by adding that foam adhesive, and then we're just layering it right next to that other stack of books so that they look like they're kind of in a pile in the room together. Let's go ahead and add the plant. The plant has some little pieces here that I have to pop out from when they were die cut. Right there. There isn't toffee on this card. You're absolutely right. Grab that paper off there. So the plant's going to sit right at the top of the stack of the books. I've got the pencil cup. That I'm going to go directly flat. I'm using that foam adhesive to kind of create depth and dimension. And we need the apple stuck to the back of the globe. I'm going to pop that right next to that pencil cup. Again, that's got the foam, so it sticks out just a little bit and adds to that, to the depth there. And then let's put that globe on there. It's coming together. Pam, the background on here is the Notepaper Background stamp, and then the spiral edges cut with the Notepaper Border Die. All right, so let's stick that little globe on there. So I've almost got my scene all put together. The final touch is I used, when the Treat Yourself kit came out, we came out with the Bookmark Builder die collection. So it has the bookmark, but then it also has some die cut books that you can go ahead and create your own books, die cut books with versus the other ones. And we have them separate, so you can create taller stacks or smaller stacks or however you want. I used them on this card right here. This little book stack is just 3 of the books here with the plant on top. I love, my favorite one in here is the open book. So I had gone ahead already and put together, I have a whole bunch of the little die cut books, and I have one put together with that honeydew cardstock, honeydew melon cardstock for the spine. And we're just going to pop that at the bottom to complete our scene. And we're just going to pop that right down at the bottom. So it looks like kind of a book that was left open. This reminds me of like your library, your office, where you've got all your stacks of books and your supplies, kind of a teacher's or professor's office. So this would be a perfect card for a teacher, a professor, or that sort of thing. So there we go. The only thing I didn't do was add it to a card base, which you guys were saying I didn't use Toffee, but check that out. I did use Toffee on my card base here. So, but I'm just going to leave this as is. We've had a lot of technical issues this live, along with my very vocal cat. And I really thank you guys for sticking with me through all of this. I think we should just delete this video, quite honest. But thanks so much for joining me today for the color drop and to create with the new Treat Yourself Back to School items. So again, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your patience. And yes, Hazel's not coming back again next time. So I hope you guys enjoyed meeting her this